Today I'm going to explain this assignment number 1, question 5 of 2017 May-June paper. The first question is the equation of a curve of y equal to 2 cos x. Sketch the graph. You first need the knowledge of cos graph. The cos graph crosses at 0, 1, and then reaches 0 at half pi, and reaches negative 1 at pi. Right? So we know the cos graph looks like this. Right? So if this is the cos graph, then let me label this. This is y equal to cosine x. But we need to plot the y equal to 2 cos x. So you need to a little bit of transformation knowledge, which means every point you need to vertically stretch it by a factor of 2. So now this point becomes here. And this point still remains here. Because it's 0, 2 times 0 is still 0, and this time is negative 2, right? And this is still 0, and this is negative 2. So the graph, I can plot the graph now. Right? Stating the coordinates of the point of intersection with the y-axis, right? So we need to label it carefully. So this is 0, 2. Points P and Q lie on the curve and have coordinates. But by the way, we need to label the equation. Points P and Q lie on the curve and have x coordinates of 1/3 pi. Right? So roughly here. And pi respectively. Find the length PQ to 1 decimal place. Lie on the curve and have x coordinates. So find the length. We'll learn about the length formula, right? So if we are able to get the coordinates of the 2 points, then we would be able to figure out the length. So then that comes down to finding the coordinates. 1/3 pi is here. So we actually need to find the coordinates of that point. And pi. This point is easy to identify. This point has coordinates pi, negative 2. Right? This point, this is a special angle. 1/3 pi, you should immediately tell it's 60 degrees. Right? Cosine 60 degrees is 1/2. So 2 cosine 60 degrees is 1. Right? So this coordinate is 1/3 pi and 1. Right? So now we know P has coordinates 1/3 pi 1. This is because 2 cos 1/3 pi equals to 1. Right? Q has coordinates pi, negative 2, because 2 cos pi equals negative 2. Right? Then the distance equals square root. Do you remember the formula? Right? -2 minus 1 squared, y2 minus y1 plus x2 minus x1 equals to square root 9 plus 9 and 4 pi squared, right? So this is, if you press a calculator, this is 3.7. Okay, so we've done the second one. Find the length of PQ. The line through P and Q meets the x-axis at H. So the line through P and Q meets the x-axis at H and the y-axis at 0k. Show that H equals to 5/9. Okay, so here you must be able to plot the line. Right? So it passes through here. Right? We must make this a bit longer. Okay. Alright, so that's a line PQ. Meets x-axis at H. So this point is H. And this point is K. Right? So we have to find the line. The equation of the line. Right? So this is, let me label. This is I. This is I. Right? It's easy to figure out the equation of the line. Why? Because we have 2 points. Right? So the line passing PQ has equation, right? So this is y minus 2 equals the gradient. Okay, so let's just go about calculating the gradient first. Right, so the gradient is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is -3 over, right? So if you know this is -9 over 2 pi, right? So then the equation is y plus 2 equals to minus 9 over 2 pi times, okay, so this is not a very good, minus 9 over 2 pi times x minus pi, y minus mx minus, yeah. So this is the equation. So if we, so that's the equation, right? Find, and then show that H is, so the x coordinates. X coordinates happens when y equals 0, right? So setting y equals 0, we have 0 plus 2 equals -9 over 2 pi x minus pi. If we solve this, we can have 2 equals -9 over 2 pi x plus 9 over 2. So x equals -5 over 2 times -9 to pi. So that means x equals 9.5 pi. So it shows h equals 5.9 pi, 5/9 pi, right? Find the value of k. So the value of k is the y-intercept. Setting x equals 0. We have y plus 2 equals to negative 9/2 pi minus pi. 0 minus pi, right? Okay. So this shows y equals to, this thing is a positive, right? So positive 9/2 minus 2. Y equals minus 5. Hence k equals to 5/2. Right? So that completes the entire question. I hope it makes some sense. Right?